here with Mary Hettmansperger, who has a really cool technique for adding color to copper, and it's super easy, right?
Super easy, super easy. I'm using actually 24 gauge. You can use
24 gauge copper sheet.
24 gauge copper sheeting, yeah. You can use foils and that sort of thing, but this is a real good, easy way to handle it. These, I usually cut, this particular gauge of copper, I use just a metal snips, cut a shape, and then I'm going to take it to a plumber's torch and just heat it. And what that's going to do is it's going to get me a layer of fire scale. And when I get a layer of fire scale, it's like tooth. So it's real grabby. And then I use the black gesso. Yep, as opposed to, you know, other gessos.
So I was going to say, before you do that for just a second here, so you're just going to add the black gesso, which gives it an extra tooth. Then, of course, you're adding some colored pencil on here, which I think is so awesome.
And this one, I use just a gradation, yeah.
Now, I think you're actually going to torch for us this first piece of metal.
I can do that.
Let's do it.
I can totally do that. And it's super easy. All I'm wanting is just a fire scale surface on it. So it doesn't take a lot. You just want to heat. And you wait till it gets kind of a glowing color and give it just a little bit of air, because that's going to create that fire scale or that dirt.
You're quenching it in water, and I can see how it has that fire scale. Now, obviously, this one is dry.
Right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to just paint the surface of this.
Now, we're used to seeing white gesso. This is obviously gesso comes in other colors, and black is one of them.
Yeah, and you can it just means, I just like the depth of it. It makes a nice deep color to it. So you paint a nice layer. Sometimes you need a second coat. Because you're doing it very smooth, though, it goes on very easily. And then you've got your finished dried piece here, and you just come in with your colored pencils.
Now, of course, you want to use a really pigment-loaded colored pencil so that it really shows up and stays on top of there.
Exactly. And there's no need to heat this again. You're basically going to finish it with a matte fixative. You can use a glossy, but I just like the matte look to it.
So you can mix up your colors, you can do all kinds of things, and what I really like about this is such an easy way to add a personal touch. And if we look at some of the ones here, I see that you've added some texture.
Right, and when you add texture, then of course you've got, you know, your recesses, and you end up with that texture coming through on the colored pencil, which is really nice.
Cool, and of course, because it's jewelry and it is wearable and we want to make sure that it's permanent, I know you said this, but a spray fixative.
Spray fixative,
and you just want to make sure to use that outside, well ventilated.
Absolutely, not near the torch.
Do you do one coat, two coats?
Usually one coat will do it.
Okay.
It's a final, so it'll you know, set everything really well.
I have to say, looking at these pieces, I thought that actually they might be enamel. What a cool idea.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.